Welcome back everyone to CrossFit Catawba Valley, your host of the second annual Day of the Dead Rise of Threes competition. My name is Casey, one of the proud owners of CCV, and I will be your primary contact leading up to the competition. You can early register at our registration partner, unbrokenseries.com/Day of the Dead. This year's competition is limited to 50 same-sex teams of 3 RX, Masters, which is 40 plus, and scaled divisions. Registration officially closes October 15th. Like last year, we will be releasing demonstration videos in the weeks leading up to the competition. Stay tuned to our Facebook event page for the latest info, updates, and answers to any questions that may arise. We look forward to seeing you all on November 3rd. Hey guys, welcome back to CrossFit Catawba Valley. We are here today to announce WOD1 Dead Weight. Dead weight is a fixed amount of work with a 13-minute time cap. The workout begins with all 3 athletes, depending on division, standing next to either their Rogue Echo bike or their Concept 2 rower. All 3 athletes must complete the assigned amount of calories before moving on to the next piece of the workout. The next piece of the workout contains 3 odd objects. One will be a heavily loaded sled, one will be a pair of kettlebells, and one will be a heavy sandbag. All 3 of those objects are advanced into the appropriate station where the next piece of the workout can then begin. Once inside the station, 2 athletes at a time will complete 15 synchronized thrusters. Once completion of the 15 synchronized thrusters, athletes can then move on to the rope station. Rope station will differ between divisions, with RX males and females doing a hybrid legless leg rope climb, 9 for males, 6 for females. The Masters divisions, 9 regular rope climbs for males, 6 regular rope climbs for females, and scale divisions completing this amount of calories on the ski erg. Once the rope station is complete, you return back to your workstation where each team will complete 21 over-the-shoulder tosses with the heavy sandbag. These sandbag over the shoulders can be completed separated between athletes any way you wish. Once the 21 over the shoulders are complete, athletes simply work their way back to the station in the same exact fashion that they got there. They move back to the rope station, they complete their synchronized thrusters, and they grab their 3 odd objects and move across the finish line. The workout is complete when all 3 odd objects are across the finish. One caveat to this workout is once off the Rogue Echo bike or Concept 2 rower, the heavy sandbag must be held off the ground by 1 athlete for any work to continue. The exception to this rule is on the over the shoulders, where obviously the bag is moving from the ground over your shoulder to the ground with each repetition. Again, 1 athlete must be holding the heavy bag for any other work to be done. Good luck. Okay guys, dead weight begins with each of the 3 athletes standing next to either their Rogue Echo bike or Concept 2 rower. All 3 athletes must complete the assigned amount of calories before moving on to the odd objects. At the completion of the calories, the judge will verify the calories were complete on each device, and then the athletes are free to pick up their designated odd object. The sandbag should be picked up before the rest of the objects are advanced. All 3 odd objects are advanced to the following station. Once arriving at the athlete station, the sled may be left, the sandbag is held by athlete 1, and the other 2 athletes complete 15 synchronized thrusters. Please note, hip crease goes below the knee at the bottom of the thruster. The hips, shoulders, and elbows are locked out with the kettlebells over top at the beginning of the thruster. The athletes may switch at any time and do as many reps as they see fit, as long as the sandbag is held by 1 athlete. Again, the sandbag must be held by 1 athlete for any work to be complete. At the completion of the 15 synchronized thrusters, 1 athlete then moves on to the rope, climbs to the top of the rope, and touches the beam for a good rep. The other 2 athletes remain in the workstation, 1 holding the bag at all times while the rope climbs are complete. Once completing the assigned amount of rope climbs, the athletes return to the workstation for their 21 over the shoulder. Note, the bag starts on the floor, is picked up, hips and knees are open, and the bag clears the plane of the shoulder on each repetition. After the 21st repetition hits the ground, the bag is then picked up and held so the athlete can return to the rope climbs. Once the rope climbs are complete, the athletes then again return to the 15 synchronized thrusters. Again, hip creases below the knee, full lockout at the top. The judge will count the repetition when all kettlebells are synced out at the top. Upon completion of the thrusters, the athletes then proceed back to the odd objects. One athlete carrying the kettlebells, one athlete carrying the sandbag, and one athlete carrying the sled across the finish line. Once your odd objects cross the finish line, you may put them down. Here you'll see an athlete performing a good repetition of the over the shoulder. Knees, hips are extended, and the bag travels over the plane of the shoulder. Here are an example of a few no reps. 1. Not clearing the plane of the shoulder. 2. Not reaching full knee extension. And 3. While hard to perform, not performing full hip extension. Here we will show some demonstrations of how the sandbag may be held. It may be held in a standard bear hug position. The bag can also be rested on the shoulder. The bag can also be placed on the thighs in a semi-seated or squat position, as long as the hands are not touching the ground. If the hand touches the ground, this is a no rep. Crab walking with the bag, also a no rep. Synchronized thrusters. Movement starts with both athletes holding the thrusters in a front rack position. Hip crease passes below the knee at the bottom of the thruster, but the rep is counted when the kettlebells are locked out fully over the head. Here are some examples of no reps. Here we'll see not coming to full depth on the squat. Also not coming to full arm extension at the top. And the most entertaining, not being synchronized on your thrusters. Again, the rep is counted at the top. The short rope climb for RX athletes starts with a legless rope climb. As soon as the athlete is able to lock their legs, they are allowed to lock their legs, as well as use them for the descent, touching the beam at the top. The ski erg for scaled divisions, 2 athletes are essentially allowed to switch on the ski erg while the 3rd athlete holds the sandbag. This work can be divided however the team sees fit. As long as the sandbag does not touch the ground, athletes may continue working.